Hi, I'm Poppy. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make poppy wreaths out of paper for Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day is the 11th of November and it's a memorial day that marks the end of the First World War. It is used to remember members of the armed forces who died in the line of duty. What you're going to need for this is some cardboard taken from a cereal packet or similar, some paper, two different sized round things to draw around. I've got a bowl and a plate here, scissors, something to make colour, and the colours you want are red, green and black. That can be pens, paints or pencils, some glue, and then to make it so that you can hang it up, some string or ribbon and some sellotape. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need to do is take your bit of cereal cardboard, take your largest round object and then draw around it. Put that to one side. Take your slightly smaller round object and put it so that it's in the centre, so that it's the same distance from the edges, and draw around that. Then what you're going to want to do is cut around the big one. We're going to colour the full circle in green to make the wreath background, because we can use the extra bits for leaves. So just cutting around the big circle to begin with. So once I've coloured it all in green, I'm going to fold it in half and cut into it to get my scissors in. That means I can then follow my black line on the back to cut round. So what I want to do is cut all the way around my circle, and I want to keep the centre bit in as much as one piece as possible, because we're going to use that to create leaves. So what you should end up with is a bit of scrap green, So some of these corners are quite square, so I can get my scissors in and just make them a bit more rounded. And I'm going to do that for all 5 of my big petals. So once I've made my 5 big ones, I have to make my 5 little ones. The nice thing is you don't have to be too perfect about this. All flowers are different. So some are bigger than others, some have more rounded petals, some have squarer petals. So each flower, it's nice if they are different. So doing what I did, cutting around the corners and cutting in, and then bending forward to make my inner petals for my poppies. So now I've got all of my different petals, I am going to start sticking them together. So I choose a nice big one and a nice big middle, and I take a tiny bit of glue and just pop that in the center there. So now I have my 5 poppies all nicely stuck down and they look nice and 3D. I need to create the black center for the flowers. So for this, I've coloured in a piece of paper with black. It can be scribbly, it doesn't have to be fully coloured in, whatever you prefer. I'm then going to turn that over and I'm going to draw 5 different size and shape circles to make the centres and then cut them out. And once I've cut out my 5 centres, I can just stick each of those into the middle of my flowers and stick those down. So now that we've made our poppies, we're going to need to arrange them. How you arrange them is up to you on your wreath. You could fill them all down the bottom. You could space them out so they're all evenly spaced. Whatever you think looks nice. And once you've found a way that you like it to look, you can then put a little bit of glue on the back of each and stick them onto your wreath. And once I've stuck down my poppies, I can start adding the leaves that I made earlier. So again, just finding a way that looks nice. And once I've done that, I can stick those down as well. The final thing we need to do is add a loop of string to the back so that we can secure it to the wall. I've got a bit of ribbon, so I'm just going to use that, but any string will do. And I'm just choosing the top and I'm taking a little bit of tape and I'm just securing it at the back. And that will allow me to hang it from my wall or up in my home. So once you're finished, you should have a nice paper poppy wreath that you can put in your windows or on your door for Remembrance Day. I hope you've enjoyed that, and do share any photos of anything you've made, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.